I just like to do what I like to do. I'm not going to go be like, I want to be a movie star now. I want to have my own TV show. Like, of course, like I love clothes. I love makeup. It'd be great to have all these different lines, but I would love to do what's important to me. One of the biggest things for me is raising awareness for organ donation, because I did lose my sister because she was waiting for a transplant. So that's huge for me. I'm really big into animals. I feel like I like animals more than people. So that might be an organization that I help out. And another big thing for me is when I get the chance to go back to South Africa, I would love to do something to help the townships and the poverty and the violence and the killing going on there, because that's something that changed me the first time that I saw it. I feel like not enough people pay attention to that. But I just want to change the world. The most important thing to me is that I just make an impact, and in 30 years, people will still remember my name, and my kids will be able to be like, that's my mom, I'm so proud of her. Her songs are still cool. I was visiting South Africa for the first time, and I think I was about 11. And my family who lived there, they had been, they were very wealthy. They were art dealers. They were very prominent in society, and they had all these beautiful things. They were like very, very rich. And so I was like, I was amazed at all their things and all their beautiful clothes and things like that. And we were driving through the town, and then all of a sudden it went from 14-year-olds sipping Cristal on a balcony to one street over, and it was dead bodies lying in the street and people living in tin shanties and just death and decay everywhere. And I was so shocked that these two worlds could coexist with one street separating them, and no one was doing anything. Usually people don't go into the townships. They have these like big buses that are like caged, and they're called township tours. Like these people are like zoo animals. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I want to go and walk through the townships and see how these people are living. And they're like, well, you can't. Like you need like armed officers with you. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I walked in unarmed through the townships just to see how these people were living and the conditions that they were in. And I just like cried and I bawled, and I asked them like, if you could be helped, what's the main thing that you need? Like, how could you live a little bit more comfortably? And it just made such an impact on me that I feel like I have to do something to change that. I have to be able to save someone else's life, or else mine's not really worth it.
You gotta grind like the boys do. They stay in the studio for days. I do 12-hour blocks in the studio now. Like, you gotta have that hustle.
He was like, all right, I see what you did with this song, but can you do it again? He was like, can you do it again? Can you, was it a fluke? I'm like, come on, man. He's disrespecting me right now.
So yeah, he took cookies and we couldn't find them. So finally we looking around, we done with the session, we done with the song, we finished, and we go looking for this guy. He's downstairs in the lobby, passed out because he sipped some lean and ate the cookies.
My whole life, basically, I was involved with a church that said you couldn't wear pants, you couldn't wear jewelry, you couldn't listen to music, you couldn't communicate with people that were not in the church. So, like, my life was pretty sheltered.